I feel like a little kid. This is a dressing area. Hey. And here's one that really gets me. As much as these houses cost if they let something like that slide, how do you miss this stuff? Here's another problem. Let me get on my hands and knees here. What happened to the contractor's walkthrough here? About a finger width wide. Things to be aware of. Here we are in the shower. It's a storage thing, whatever you call them. Okay, I want to show you guys a couple of little things on a brand new house. That's not correct either. These are also soft close drawers. Okay, I want to show you guys a couple of little things on a brand new house. Ignore the mess. They're moving in. I'm not going to mention any names or anything. It's something you might keep an eye on. This sink here installed, notice the gap between this countertop and here. About a finger width wide. Looky here. Half the distance. That's a problem. Here's another problem. Let me get on my hands and knees here. I feel like a little kid.
The one thing we're trying to point out here is the different colors of the wood right there. On the left is a lot lighter colored, kind of gray, and on the right is a very dark brown. Didn't come out that well because of shadowing on the camera, but as you can see, the wood does not match, but they thought down there it would be hidden well. And if you look right above the wood, it doesn't even go all the way up to the edge of the cabinet.
Here under the cabinetry, see the color of this over here? And look at the color of it over here. They mismatched it. That's not correct either. And here's one that really gets me more than anything. This is a cabinet here. It's a storage thing, whatever you call them. It's got pull-outs. Pull this out. Look at it back there. You guys see that?
I just want to point out that this is an upscale home. This is at least $600,000 house, maybe more. I didn't ask. But can you believe this? Look at the size of the hole in this $5,000 piece of cabinetry here. And they left it that way. And I'm sure warranty will cover this. But what's the point? Why should it even be left this way? There's no way. I used to be a cabinet builder and I installed them. There's no way you're going to convince me that somebody built this cabinet, installed it, and did not know that that was there. And then when they did the final walkthrough, the contractor, to check everything, how do you miss that? I'm not an inspector. It stands out like a sore thumb. I'm embarrassed sometimes when I see some of these houses. I am not at all saying these houses are all like this, but I walk through houses and I find these things all the time.
Now keep in mind, this is a brand new house. What happened to the contractor's walkthrough here? And then, look at the door up there. I don't know if I can sew it very well.
These doors are hung crooked. If you'll notice on the left side that I'm pointing at the gap between the crown molding and the top of the door, when we get to the other side, notice it gets smaller. The doors are hung crooked. Then there's adjustments on them doors to correct this.
Look at the unevenness across there.
They should have been corrected before they left the house.
That's not correct either. And I don't know if I can show it on here if it shows up at all. I don't know if I can get it. I'm trying to get the light on it. It's right there.
This is a really bad picture and I apologize for it. But at the end of my finger, you can see that chip. There's about a half a dozen of those little chips on this countertop on the one side. I never even looked at the other side. So this has got to be taken care of also. This top was either had something dropped on it, a screwdriver or a hammer while they were installing it. It's hard to tell. They may have bumped it in the truck. It's hard to tell. But it's damaged. These are high dollar items in this house. For a $600,000 house, I got to tell you, the workmanship here, the cabinetry here, the countertops here, whoever installed them, they were very, very unprofessional here. And I just didn't like it at all.
You see that chip? There's a few of them on here on this countertop. I don't know where all they are at, but anyway, I found that one. Where's it at again? It's right here, right there. I can't believe that as much as these houses cost, that they let something like that slide. So, I don't know how they're going to fix this sink. Because in order for them to readjust this, they got to disconnect this corian, I guess it's corian, solid surface anyway, and move everything. But I don't know. Things to be aware of. I love doing stuff like this. Here we are in the shower looking around. And here's a problem here. Look here. Notice how it's all good across here.
Here's another little area they thought they might be able to hide. On one end of the shower seat, everything's nice and flush. By the time we get down to where I'm pointing at now, that's not a shadow you see, that's grout. That tile is cut crooked, and they put grout in there to try to hide it underneath the seat.
Okay. Till we get to the end. Right there. Look at that. They built that up to keep this level, but that's not correct. Okay, here's another problem in the bathroom here. This is a dressing area. Hey, I'm looking at this drawer. Once again,
this drawer is hung crooked. It's not right. And not only is it not right, but the soft close doesn't work on it also. Now here's a picture of the other side of the drawer, and you can see how the gap went to 0 at that point.
See the gap here, then you come over here, and it disappears. These are also soft close drawers. And it won't. This drawer is way off. Way off.
Real quick, I also want to point out that door right there that the arrows pointed out, that door wouldn't even close. It is so misaligned, it won't even shut.
Man, I gotta tell you. I'm sure under warranty they'll take care of all this, but in my mind, when they built this house, the contractor does a walkthrough, inspects, make sure everything's right, the paint and all this kind of stuff. How do you miss this stuff?